Hello, everyone. Catchy13 with Catchy Gaming. So, a couple of hours ago, Nintendo put out the Star Fox Direct, featuring a brand new Star Fox game. Sort of brand new Star Fox game. Anyways, I will say at the beginning of this Direct with the scene from Super Mario Galaxy, which I guess I'm okay with showing now because they just showed it in a Direct. Yeah, I feel vindicated in saying that Fox's personality in the movie does not align with that of the games. And I have a friend who's a huge Star Fox fan, and he's like, "Yeah, based off of that clip, I don't like his personality." I didn't mind it. I did think he was a little too haughty, but I guess I don't know. It's in contradiction to what you hear in the games, and this direct is definitely a huge contradiction in terms of those two personalities and images you see of them on the screen. So when it comes to the game itself, yes, clearly the rumors were actually true that they are putting out a Star Fox game relatively soon, which makes sense because the Mario movies are nothing more than glorified advertisements for their franchises, and it worked really well to boost Mario's reputation with younger audiences and older audiences to the point where they like phenomenally just absolutely increased the revenue from Mario everything, games, licensing, you name it. And it's no surprise that they put out the direct at this point in time for mainly it's drawing near to the end of that 45-day window that movies have a tendency to be in theaters. And I'm guessing this will act as a sort of boost for that in some shape or form. It's probably not going to be too measurable, but it'll probably be there just a little bit. So they're doing that whole entire marketing where they feed back into each other. Like I said, genius move. Mwah, chef's kiss to whoever does their marketing, at least in that regards. Now, for the game, I'm not going to lie and say that I'm not disappointed. I literally put out a video of what, a month and a half ago when they came out with the rumor. I'm like, yeah, it's just as long as it's not another remake of the Super Nintendo Star Fox. So, like, no, it's a remake of the Nintendo 64, which is a remake of Super Nintendo Star Fox. So, as much as they like to not admit it, it's a remake of a remake of a remake. Or maybe just a remake of a remake. I don't know. I'm not sure how to factor in Star Fox Zero into all that. I just wish they could get past Star Fox 64 and do something like remake Star Fox 2 from the Super NES that you had out there. Star Fox Zero, in some ways, yes, kind of. I mean, yeah, they added some of the vehicle concepts from that into Star Fox Zero, but it was still more of a 64 remake with some of the same planets and all that other fun stuff. Now, in terms of visuals, I am actually very pleased with the game. I will admit that. And the gameplay looks solid enough for the most part. So I can't gripe about that at this point in time. I'd have to wait until I actually try it. Now I'm guessing a little bit of a, I don't know, a hard sell for some people are going to be the new animations for Fox and Friends there. I kind of like it. Can't explain why, I just do. And I'm trying to put my finger on it, what it reminds me of. I think someone said like Jim Henson or something like that. I know there's that like incredible Mr. Fox. It's not that. It doesn't remind me of that. I want to say like Narnia for some odd reason. Like even though they weren't anthropomorphic, or sorry, not anthropomorphic, bipedal. It kind of reminds me of that for some odd reason to some degree. It might be something else as well. I just can't put my finger on it. It's like a trapped memory deep in my brain, and it's gonna bother me until I remember it, or enough time passes that I just forget. Now, there is one aspect to the gameplay I did not particularly care for, and that particular bit was the mouse usage in this particular game, because I've tried using that feature in whatever titles that it's compatible with, and the mouse is just absolutely horrible to use. I mean, just let me use an actual mouse over doing the whole entire thing with the Joy-Con. And then on top of that, the whole entire co-op thing where one person pilots one person's gun, just recycling what they did with Star Fox Zero without the tablet. But yeah, I know I mentioned it, but I wanted a split screen co-op where someone else controlled the other fighter. And I know one person said I really wanted a four-player co-op campaign. And one guy is like, "Yeah, no, they'll do that in the next title. They're just, feeling it out with the waters and stuff." I mean, that's what he sounded like in my head, at least. I don't know if this is true or not. We'll find out at some point or another. I suppose it's going to depend on how well this game does. But the other aspect is they're actually adding a little bit of life to the game. I mean, yes, there was two difficulties in the original Star Fox games. Yeah, it's nice to show that they have, game journalist mode, normal people mode, and then people who like things just a little bit harder. But on top of that, they have like challenge modes and stuff like that, expanding the life of the game than just going through the campaign. I mean, yeah, when I was a kid, I only had a handful of Sin 64 games, and I would play this every now and then and go through the campaign multiple times. But adding that challenge to it, giving me something else to do after I'm done with the campaign, it's a nice touch. And I would be remiss to not mention the multiplayer involving 4-on-4 players, Team Fox and Team Wolf. So when I was a kid, when I played Star Fox 64, the multiplayer was fundamental because I had brothers and we'd have like an occasional friend come over and we would play split screen Star Fox. And I'm glad that they're expanding upon that and making something very different than that. I mean, I probably won't ever touch it with a 20-foot pole, but I'm guessing somebody out there will absolutely love this. Maybe. I don't know. Although it just goes to show that they could do a four-person co-op, and they didn't. And the whole entire game sharing thing as well is kind of neat to some degree. I don't know how well that will function or if it functions at all in terms of other games that do the same thing. We'll have to see. It's kind of a neat thing that you only have to have one cartridge, and then you can at least do something with other friends who don't have the game, though, even on original Switch. We'll just have to wait and see when this game comes out how much I like it or dislike it. Like I said, I'm not a fan of them remaking Star Fox 64 again. Anyways, I'm done rambling. Let's say for conversation's sake, are you disappointed with it, or is there a feature that you wish they added that you don't see added at this point in time? Maybe they'll add later. I don't know. You let me know in the comments. Anyways, if you made it through my ramblings, thanks for watching. Have a good one.